Don't be bemused, it's just 4x8 News. Hi, I'm Marie, and welcome back to 4x8 News. News that encourages. Today, we're going to be covering a variety of back-to-school topics, from DIY school supplies to learning about our local historical library. Let's go and cover some of these awesome stories. Hi, I'm Connie Crafty, reporting to you live from the Walgreens School Supplies section. Today, we're going to be talking about DIY school supplies, because look at all these drab school supplies. We're going to tell you how to make these drab school supplies fab. Let's go learn how to do some great school supply DIYs. All you need are a few craft supplies from a place like Hobby Lobby and you're set to go. Don't forget your 40% off coupon. The first project that we're going to be doing is a creative composition notebook. Of course, you can always do something really simple, like a label, but that's pretty boring. So today, we're going to be turning this drab notebook into something fab. I'm going to pick a Mickey Mouse theme because I think that looks really great. Keep in mind that this is a level 1 project, meaning it's really easy to do and replicate. So let's get started. The first step to doing this is taking a notebook. You're going to make sure that it's pretty new because the inside's not going to be changed, just the outside. The first step is to take some duct tape and roll it down the side of your notebook. That way it makes a spine, because who wants a black spine? You can use whatever color duct tape you have, or you don't have to do anything at all if black matches best. Just make sure it lines up correctly so that you get the good color scheme. The second step is to take your color choice of cardstock and line it up to the spine. Now, make sure you glue down the surface first. You preferably using a big glue stick because it covers more space. Just cover the entire thing because you don't want it to accidentally come off. It's okay if some gets on the duct tape because you can always wipe it off. So you just shape that. And then you take your paper and make sure it's lined up. You don't want to go over the spine. And done. Once the glue has dried, we're going to fold the paper edges over. So cut down the side, like that, and fold it over. Now where you see the crease, you're going to use a smaller glue stick and glue that part down. Once you have it glued, we're going to use packing tape to secure it down. You don't have to use a lot, just enough to make sure that it's not really going anywhere. Complete the same process on the back of the notebook. Now that you've completed your process of putting the cover on, let's cover up this ugly blank spot in the middle of the notebook. Take a cut piece of paper and glue it onto the center of the notebook. Make sure it matches your color scheme so it looks nice. Now, glue this right on the center of the notebook where there is no paper. Shut the notebook and turn it over to press down and get it glued down completely. Now that you've gotten your notebook base completed, let's switch over to the decorations. You can decorate your notebook any way you'd like using things like printouts, stickers, and other things. Let me decorate my notebook to show you how it's done. Once you have your cover decorated, it's time for the functional part. We're going to turn to the inside of the cover and place some sticky notes on the inside for your use while you study. Attach your sticky notes to the center of the inside part of the notebook. Decorate however you feel fit to decorate your note pages. Now we're finished. You have a perfectly good, very decorative notebook that you can take with you wherever you go. It's also functional with sticky notes on the inside. Pencils can be so boring, and who wants to write with boring pencils? So today we're going to be making marbled pencils. Now, this is a level 3 DIY craft, so let's be careful and make sure that you have all your supplies correct, and don't try this without a parent. So the first step is to take a wooden pencil. It can be pre-wooden, or you can use a knife or a pair of scissors and scrape the paint off the pencil like I did, and cover the top and the bottom with tape. The second step is to take your nail polish and drip just a little bit of multiple colors of nail polish so that way you're kind of getting it. This is how we're going to get the marbled look. Just a little bit, because you don't need a lot. Make sure you shake it, because the water content in the nail polish will kind of make it spread out if that's not what you want. You'll probably see a pretty neat reaction. And that's kind of what we're going for. Okay. So now use a toothpick to not stir, but kind of marble, you'll see. And then carefully drop the pencil in and lower it down into the water. Now use the end of it and carefully pull it back out. And let it dry. Once it's dry, you'll have a perfectly marbled pencil, and once you remove the tape. Wow, thanks reporters. You guys always come up with the greatest scoops. Now, I think it's time for our weekly fun fact. Did you know that a standard graphite pencil can draw a line that's up to 35 miles long? Wow, that's pretty awesome. Well, let's go to one of our new reporters to learn about our local historical library.
Oh, hello. Well, sometimes your own library just won't cut it, and you need a few more books to read. Or maybe you're doing some research and you don't have the books at home. Beaumont has a hidden gem in the Terrell Historical Library. This library is specifically geared towards genealogy research. I had no idea that we had such a gem of Texas historical literature found in Beaumont. So visit your Terrell Historical Library and discover something new you've never read before. Let's go on a quick look at this lovely library and hidden gem of Beaumont. This building's beautiful architecture comes from its past as the former First Baptist Church of Beaumont. Whenever the building sold and the church moved, the building was reallocated as a historical library. However, as you sit amid these walls, the beauty of your surroundings helps you as you study. Here we are outside the Terrell Library. When you walk inside, you're going to discover a whole host of things that will help you as you progress into the school season, or if you just want to research your genealogical background. This week's forecast calls for not growing weary. Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in a due season we will reap if we do not give up." So to all you teachers and students who are suddenly getting up earlier than you have all summer, don't grow weary, because you are going to reap. Of course, no 4x8 news report would be complete without a daily dose of encouraging and uplifting events. This week has been a great week at North End Baptist. We have seen new births of all types celebrated. We started the week off on Wednesday last week with the birth of Heidi Maureen Johnston. Then, the next day, we had twins born to the Dollingers. Needless to say, our children's minister was beyond excited, as this is the first time she's ever had 2 new babies born into her children's ministry in less than 48 hours. Then, on Sunday, we got to celebrate the new spiritual birth of Samantha and Dory as they got baptized. God is still working, and we are still seeing his blessings all around us.
It's your birthday, you're 1 year older now.
That's right.
It's your birthday, stand up and take a bow.
Thank you.
You're bigger, smarter, better looking than you've ever been before. Let's bake a cake, let's have a party, let's dance all over the floor.
Thank you, reporters, for those wonderful scoops about back to school things. I'm sure all of our student listeners out there appreciate that. And for those of you viewers out there who like to have your input heard, let me ask you a question. Why are you looking forward to school? Comment down below or email us and send in your responses. We'll feature them in our favorites in next week's episode. Thank you for tuning in to 4x8 News, and tune in next week for more news that encourages.